And welcome back. So you might see a lot of our next guest chalk work around the Rochester area. Amy Dybing is the owner and founder of Amy Chalks a Lot. I like that title, the name, Amy Chalks a Lot. I noticed though that Amy, this doesn't look like chalk. This looks like what is acrylic?
It's acrylic paint.
Acrylic, yes. Okay. Tell us about the chalk repertoire.
So my main kind of gig, I guess, is the chalkboards. I go all over town, restaurants, shops, anything.
Name some of the restaurants that you go in, you can see.
The main one I probably do the most chalk is at Forager, and then I go to Brothers, Taco Jed, Whistle Binkies North.
And so folks who haven't been to those establishments and are thinking, okay, chalk, like we should have gotten some pictures here, but what is that? Do you just go in and start chalking up the walls?
Yeah, well, they usually have chalkboards.
Legally or illegally? No.
Yeah, so they have chalkboards, and what I do is, it kind of depends on what they're looking for. Like, so I'll either use marker or I will use regular chalk, and it could be menus. It can be, I did the Polar Plunge at Whistle Binkies North just recently. Kismet and Chappie's. I actually just did the chalkboards at Chappie's.
Okay.
So
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of art.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Do they erase it then? Like when let's say it's a menu item and they're done, do they go and erase? And that must be kind of painful to see your artwork.
Kind of painful, but usually the main stuff I do is kind of the stuff around it. So they can go in and they can change it out. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So who are these two fine-looking fellas?
So these are my dogs, Ziggy and Zoe. And I decided that they kind of, cause a lot of trouble at home. So they remind me of the stepbrothers. So I decided to do them as the stepbrothers.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. And when I'm not doing chalkboards, I do dog portraits. And I can add dogs into anything, or they can just be by themselves. So
and so people can call you and say, hey, I've got a dog or two dogs.
Send me some pictures.
Do you only do dogs? Do you do?
No, I do cats too.
Do cats as well?
I could do any animal, but mainly cats and dogs.
Yeah, we like our cats and dogs, as we
Yes.
found out at the first second. Yeah.
Yes.
Viv's got her two dogs. Okay, so I'm going to let you start doing some painting here.
Okay.
And then we're going to do some other things and then kind of come back and see how far you are going. But before we go to break here, tell us, you draw out the outline of the dogs, free form.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I freehand
and then
it.
What?
And then I kind of just start going in, and a lot of times I start with the background, which might be kind of weird, but I do the background, and then I start coming in with, if there's the outfit, and then I'll start into the faces. And I always save the nose and the eyes for last, and I don't know why, but I do.
I think eyes, open up to go to the soul of the human being or the dog, or so they can be really tricky as well sometimes.
Yeah, and so I spend a lot of time on that, so I save it for that.
Show us how you do. Just start painting and see. Let's see your technique. So you've got your palette here.
Yeah, I got my palette here, and then I'll kind of mix a lot of colors, like depending upon what
you want to do.
Yeah, and then I'll just start kind of carefully going in with my paint.
What kind of brushes are those?
Oh, I have like all different kinds. I just whatever.
A specialty brush for acrylic.
Yeah, usually, they're, and I just get them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's Craft Store.
And
usually.
How much do you love having an anchor talk to you on live TV while you're trying to paint?
It's tough. Usually I'm alone in my studio.
Listening to some Zen music and not on live TV with tens of thousands of people watching.
Yes.
All right, so you continue. We'll take a little break and we'll give you a little free time. I'll step away and then we'll see kind of how far you get.